Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, let me introduce ourselves. My name is Naza Rilke. I'm from Indonesia Technological University, Class Management 2038, NPM 234111092. Today I will be presentation and topic and title Theory of Corporate Governance, Mechanism and Perspective. Corporate governance has become one of the most important aspects of modern business management because it determines how organizations are directed, controlled, and held accountable. Effective corporate governance helps organizations achieve their objective, management risks, and maintaining the trust of investors, employees, customers, and society. This is presentation. We will explore four major theories that explain corporate governance: agency theory, Swerpetsit theory, stakeholder theory, and transaction theory, cost economics. We will also discuss of governance mechanism and by organization and examine how these theories can be integrate the parties. Before discuss the theories, it is important to understand what corporate governance actually means. Corporate governance refers to the system of rules, process, structure, and relationship through which companies are directed and controlled. One of the main reasons corporate governance exists is the separation between ownership and management. In most modern corporations, stakeholders run the company, but managers are responsible for running the day-to-day operation. This fraction creates a need for governance system that ensure manager action in the best interest of the company and its owner. Corporate governance also promotes transparency, accountability, fairness, and responsibility. It helps organizations balance their interests of stakeholders while also consider employees, customers, suppliers, communities, and regulators. Let us begin with agency theory, which is one of the most influential theories in corporate governance. Agency theory explains the relationship between people who are the owners or stakeholders and agents who are the manager hired to operate the company. The theory assumes the individuals are generally self-interested and might pursue their own goals. Therefore, managers might sometimes make decisions that benefit themselves rather than maximizing stakeholder value. For example, managers might process unsecurely impatient projects to increase their power and prestige, even these thus projects do not benefit stakeholders. This conflict in interest creates what the known as agency costs. The costs include monitoring expenses such as audits and supervision, as well as loss resulting from poor managerial decisions. To reduce agency problem, organizational improvement governance mechanisms such as independent board and direction, performance-based compensation system, transparency reporting, and regulation audit. Agency theory, the reform emphasizes monitoring, accountability, and effective alignment as a government tools. Stewardship theory presents an alternative perspective to agency theory. Instead, the assumption the manager are self-interested. Stewardship theory suggests the manager can action as responsible strategies whose goals are aligned with the interests of the organization. According to this theory, managers are motivated not only by financial rewards but also by personal satisfaction, professional achievement, organizational success, and reputation. One manager When manager identifying strongly with the company, they are more likely to prioritize long-term organization performance over personal gain. As a result, organizations may benefit from empowering manager rather than constant monitoring them. Example, host stewardship-oriented governance include participative leadership, employee government, strong organizational culture, and long-term incentive program. This theory emphasizes trust, commitment, and collaboration rather than strict control. Stakeholder theory expands the traditional view of corporate governance, while agency theory primarily focuses on stakeholder. Stakeholder theory argues the companies have responsibility toward all stakeholders who are affected by their activities. Stakeholders include employee, customer, supplier, credit, governance, local communities, and even the environment. For example, retiring employees fairly can improve productivity and retention. Maintaining store relationship with supplier can enhance operational efficiency. Protecting the environment can improve a company reputation and reduce regulatory risks. Stakeholder theory suggests that organizations should create value for all stakeholders rather the focusing solely on shareholder wealth. This approach has increasingly important in today's business environment. The sustainability, corporate social responsibility, and environmental concerns receive significant attention. By balancing stakeholder interests, organizations can achieve long-term success and legitimacy. Another important perspective in transaction cost economics, often referred to as TCE. These economics focus on the costs associated with the condition economic transaction. They cost may including negotiation contracts, monitoring agreement, resolving disputes, and managing uncertainty. According to TCE, organizational choice governance structure that minimize the transaction cost. The theory identified the three key factors. First, access specificity, which refers to information that are highly specialized for the particular transaction. Second, uncertainty, which is increase the risks associated with the business relationship. Third, transaction frequency, which affects whether it is the efficient to connect activities internal or external. For instance, a company might choose to manufacture a critical component internal if relying on internal suppliers can create an excessive cost of risks. Therefore, TCE emphasizes efficiency and cost minimization when designing governance structure. At this point, is a useful compare the four theories we have discussed. Agency theory focus on controlling managerial behavioral through monitoring and incentive. Stewardship theory focus on trust, communication, commitment, and organizational alignment. And stakeholder theory awareness accountability to include multiple stakeholder groups. Transaction cost economics emphasize efficiency and the reduction of transaction costs. Age theory providing an adequate perspective on governance challenge. Rather than viewing them as competing theories, organizational often the insight of form earlier perspective to development comprehensive governance system. Corporate governance theory are implemented through various governance mechanisms. The mechanism can be categorized as internal or external. Internal mechanisms include the board of direction, internal audit departments, risk management system, and executive compensation policy. The board of direction plays a particular important role because of it oversees management and protects stakeholder interests. External mechanisms include independent auditors, government regulator, stock markets, credit rating agency, and activities investor. These external factors help ensuring the organization operates transparency and comply with legal and ethical standards. Together, internal and external mechanisms create a system of check and balance that support effective governance. In really organizational, rely on single governance theory, modern governance system typical combine multiple approach. For example, a company might use agency theory principle by implementing performance-based compensation and board oversight. At the same time, it employs the leadership theory by encouraging leadership development and fostering a strong corporate culture. The company might also follow stakeholder theory by engaging with companies, protecting the environment, and prioritizing employee well-being. Finally, transaction cost economics can guide decisions about outscoring, partnership, and organizational structure. This integrated approach allows organizations to balance accountability, trust, sustainability, and effectiveness. To conclusion, corporate governance is a critical element of organizational success. The four theories discussion today provide different but complementary perspective on organizational should be governed. Agency theory emphasizes control and accountability. Suitable theory emphasizes trust and commitment. Stakeholder theory highlights board and social responsibility. Transaction cost economics focus on effectiveness and cost reduction. Effectiveness corporate governance requires organization to be combined the perspective rather than rely on only one approach. By implementing strong governance mechanism, organizational can be improve decision making, reduce risks, build stakeholder trust, and create sustainable value over the long term. Okay, thank you very much for your attention. I am happy to answer any question you might have. I will end. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.